So we're gonna go ahead and move on over to what's been going on now. This past week now. I do want to say rest in peace to George Floyd, and my condolences go out to his family. A lot of people don't know this, but he actually was a rap member of the group with DJ Screw in there. Rest in peace to DJ Screw. Shout out to Houston, Texas, H-Town. You know what it is.
My man had a Pornhub.
What?
I found that out the hard way.
I don't know about that.
Somebody posted it on Facebook, and they were like, "My man's had a Pornhub," and I was like, "Why? Like, why do you
Did you
go
see
looking
it?
for this?"
Did you see it?
No, I just saw the little screen. Like, you know how you screenshot something?
They say that shit was fake.
It was real.
Oh, I don't know.
It was real because he put a link, and a lot of people on the comments confirmed the link.
But what does that have to do with this shit that's going on?
I don't know, but I was just like, "Yo, this is the wrong time to be
This
posting
is
this
bad.
shit, bro.
Why? For what?
Wrong timing."
Man, I got a lot of shit to say about this. I know you and I were literally going off together on the way over here.
Yeah, I know we've kept things pretty light so far, but
We about to get some heavy shit, y'all.
we're not gonna get too deep.
We'll try not to, because you know,
We won't get on a conspiracy level.
you little sensitive fucks out there who just want to start crying and shit. I don't have
No,
time
but this
for
is
that.
real shit. This is real life.
This
you know
is
what I mean?
this is real life,
we
and
gotta-
you know, as people of, I'm not even gonna say people of color, as two black people here, okay, we have a right to speak on this shit. We definitely do. First and
I
foremost,
don't like the term people of color or colored people.
me neither. I don't. I feel like
Are
that
you gonna
kind
throw me in a crayon box or something?
okay, I'm glad we're on the same page here, because that's an unpopular opinion. This whole people of color thing. I understand, like, you know, if you want to include everybody, you know, we're like the Hispanic, the Asian, the Hispanic / Asian. Sorry, I'm oof. Let me try that again. The Hispanic / Latino people, the Asian people, the Pacific Islanders, and even with the Asians, you have those from the South and those from the Far East. Also, Native Americans, because they are just as important as well. Did I leave anybody out? Yeah. So when it comes to people of color, I don't like when people try to, like, because this is obviously a black issue, okay? And yes, we all know that people of color, other people of color, and non-black people of color are also affected, you know, by the social injustice system, the racial injustice. And you know what I'm saying? I get that. I don't want people to think that I'm negating from that. But in this case, we're talking about a black issue here, you know, where that's been going on for decades. I don't even want to say decades, for centuries. Okay, for centuries. I do want to continue on by saying this. Fuck that police officer, and fuck them other three too that were standing and watching.
What
I'm
what
saying?
doesn't make sense to me is, like, he's had multiple infractions with the law as a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said he had 18 infractions or something like that. And how the hell is this dude still a cop? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
We all know why.
I know why.
We all know why.
But morally speaking, how the fuck do you keep this guy as a cop?
Exactly.
He's supposed to serve and protect people, but yet he 18 times had infractions.
This motherfucker literally knelt on this man's neck. And then news, the news, you know, both East and West, I said East and West, both right and left have both said, oh, well, the man had health conditions. You really, like, okay,
like,
even if the
you're
man,
gonna
like,
believe that
really,
bullshit,
come on,
like,
really?
let's be honest, even if he had
Really?
health conditions at that very moment, yes, he was intoxicated because he was drinking. We get that. But
He was drinking?
yeah, they said he was drunk when he was there. But
Okay,
even
but
then,
still.
even if he was he was
Still.
drunk, he was still compliant.
Yeah.
He did everything he was supposed to.
The man was on the ground.
The man
Like,
was on the ground.
you asphyxiated him to his death.
Now,
you murdered him.
There were 3 autopsies done. There were the one that was the original one that the state did, and that was where the whole, like, he had health conditions thing came out and all that extra stuff. So the family hired a private autopsy specialist, and they confirmed that he was asphyxiated. They confirmed it.
The video itself should tell you. We don't have to go to a coroner. We don't have to even receive any sort of results from autopsies to even determine that. We all saw what happened.
Yeah.
You know
but
what
I
I mean?
really hate that the state at that time wasn't gonna arrest him until 4 days after.
Was it? I said 3 days. It was 4 days.
It was probably 3 or 4.
Yeah,
but
I'm glad you mentioned that, because you know it's funny how it took after 3 days of fucking rioting and protesting, right? For people to actually say, okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take him in. Oh, and we're also gonna charge him for 3rd-degree murder.
I mean, I know they have to write it up and they have to create, a subpoena and they have to create all these affidavits and all that stuff.
Charge that motherfucker for first-degree murder and with no bail. They slapped him with not only a third-degree murder charge, but also second-degree manslaughter.
Well, they're probably gonna, like I was telling everybody before, he's probably gonna get manslaughter.
That man should not be out on bail. He should not even see sunlight. That man needs to be under the fucking jail.
Well, his bail is at $500K. So.
I saw that. And you already know, I'm pretty sure somebody out there is going to go create a fucking GoFundMe page. Okay?
Honestly, if he gets a good lawyer and he eats off of the idea that he had health conditions, he can bypass the idea that he didn't murder him.
You mean a mental issue?
No.
Because that's what white people do all the time. After they go kill somebody, they go shoot up a whole fucking school. They can go shoot up a goddamn institution and then turn around and be like, oh my god, yeah, I got mental issues. I have issues. Oh my god. And listen, I want you guys to understand this shit. All right, I'm not making fun of people who have mental issues. All right,
yeah.
We all know it's mental health is a serious matter. Okay, I speak on that shit all the time. But why is it that when it only happens to white people, they got a mental issue? Why?
My problem is
you didn't have a mental issue when you picked up the fucking K and started spraying niggas.
That's true.
Okay,
that is true. And you plotted and drove there.
Okay,
but a mental person can do the same thing.
And a mental person not gonna go around talking about, oh, by the way, I'm hungry. Can you take me to Burger King real quick before you lock me up?
That to me pissed me off, right? It's like, okay, so you fed him Burger King. You even offered him something to drink. He wasn't on the floor just chilling on his face, whatever. He was sitting upright. He was arrested already, and they give him water and food to eat. My thing is, in the case of this guy, yes, okay, he's 6 foot, whatever. He's big as hell. The dude was about the size of a basketball player. But you already had 2 people behind him, one in the middle of his back, one near his tailbone. What was the reason for you, as a human being, to go put your knee on someone's neck? Now, when that happened, the person in the middle asked him 3 times, do you think we should flip him over?
Do you think?
No, he said, right. I think we should flip him over.
Right. No, you should not have to think about anything.
I know.
Like, flip, like, literally.
In a situation like this, you have a guy who's bigger than you, gigantic at that. So you have all these people who are under 5'10", trying to get this guy, to relax because he's obviously distraught, and I feel for him. But in the context that somebody's asking, hey, should we turn him over so that way, you can just be, upright or relaxed, whatever. Because some people, if they're on their face and they can't see where they're, what's going on behind them, you get delirious. It's obvious,
even to the point where you are surrounded by people, right? And you're literally being pinned to the ground.
Yeah.
And the man was obviously screaming for help, talking about, oh my god, I can't breathe. You had your knee on this man's neck, and he was crying out, I can't breathe, all the way to the point where he had no more breath left in him.
He was on his neck for a good 8 minutes and 30 some odd seconds.
It was 8 minutes.
Now, when you round that up, that's about 9 minutes. So you put your knee on the guy's neck. He capped out at about 5 minutes, maybe close to 6.
Right.
And he was done for. Not responsive. They even checked his pulse. The cops checked his pulse. He had no pulse, but he still continued to keep his knee on the guy's neck up until paramedics arrived.
I want every single inmate, whatever jail he ends up in, right? I want every single inmate to kill him. I want every. I'm dead ass serious because when you do shit like that, bro, you got to get what's coming to you.
I think killing people, that's the easy way out.
Yeah, you're right. That is the easy way.
Make him suffer.
No, not even a slow death. A quick. No, fuck that. A slow death. I want him to suffer a slow death. Maybe they should press their knees on his neck and know exactly what it's like. Period.
I'm a big believer
his ass, dog.
In an eye for an eye system. So if you do something wrong and you are caught doing what said thing is wrong, then the same thing should be inflicted onto you tenfold. Well, that's why I can't run a government, because that's what would happen. but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you. No, hear me out though.
You speaking facts though. You speaking facts.
More and more people would not want to go to jail. Would not want to commit a crime. Because if you raping someone, guess what's gonna happen, buddy?
That's facts.
You getting raped, bud.
You getting booty raped, bro.
You shoot somebody and murder them, guess the only way out is death.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
A lot of people would rethink, like, Do I want to do that?
Do I want to die today?
Unless
do I want to go to
you're
jail?
gonna get away with it.
Yeah,
that's the only way.
That's
but for me, I'm sorry. Like, I'm an eye for an eye type of person. If you do something to somebody, then hey, that's your ass. Like, that's the path you chose. You're an adult. You know right from wrong. The thing that pissed me off was that he was on the dude's neck and he had his hand in his pocket and he looked at the guy, passed out. The guy was done for. He wasn't breathing. None of that. Shouldn't that have told you, hey, maybe we should get off this guy? And not just the guy, and I'm not saying the guy who said let's flip him over was doing the right thing. It was the guy who
was standing, the Asian looking guy.
The guy who was standing specifically said, well, that's what drugs do to you. Really? Tao? That's his name, Tao.
We're not doing that.
Officer Tao. Is that what,
that's his real name? We're doing?
That's his name.
Okay, I thought we were just making up some names.
No, this is
because
you
know they're gonna say, "Oh my God,
I'm not
you guys are racist."
I'm not a no racist Asian.
Oh my God,
that's his real fucking name. And the thing is, you know, the person who was actually asking the questions, I watched the interview, you know, of him, you know, recapping what happened. The dude was very distraught because he watched the guy die. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the guy that was speaking about it was like, this is my second time in my life I've watched somebody who got shot by police die.
Can I say this?
You know, in front of my face.
Can I say this?
He didn't get shot though, but the guy, you know, was asphyxiated to death.
Right, and if I can say this as well, I know there's a lot of people who were talking about how you know, we shouldn't have to just stand around and just film it. And I have two different perspectives, if not maybe three, running in my head right now. I agree with one point where, you know, we shouldn't have to just film it. But if we're strength in numbers as far as people and we see cops fucking up like that, we should just straight up beat their asses. Like, just flat out beat their asses.
But see, that gets us nowhere because then they just call backup and then everybody's
but what they're doing, even before they call backup, they're already fucked up.
It's just, that's a double-edged sword. You can't really.
I hear you on that. But that could have literally saved this man's life. And even for people who are talking about, you shouldn't just go out filming it because it is a double-edged sword. We have to film it because it shows evidence. You know, it's always going to be our word against theirs. If we don't have any evidence, we don't have anything. No one's going to believe us.
I've seen full-blown evidence, and there's always the idea of
loopholes.
Not just loopholes, it's what happened before the video.
Yep.
And with this case, I kept hearing
there's even people saying, we don't know what happened.
I kept hearing
like,
bitch,
you see what's going on. You
what
see the
happened
footage
before that video. Okay, granted, after a while, they had different camera angles from different stores that were showing what happened before then. He was compliant, and he did what he needed to do. The guy fell over on the ground, and then they proceeded to use force on him. Obviously, the guy was distraught because he's getting arrested by cops.
He's freaking out. Man's freaking out.
He's getting arrested by cops. Okay, he had a counterfeit $20 bill. I've gotten counterfeit money before. As a matter of fact, I went to a Haitian food restaurant. The guy gave me back change. He gave me my change back. I had one regular 20, and he gave me a $10 bill. The $10 bill was actually a counterfeit bill. Now, had I gone to another store and given that counter bill to another clerk, I would have been faulted and said that I'm giving them counterfeit $10 bills. When I went, the only reason I found out that bill was counterfeit, and I should have known because the paper felt funny, but I went to the bank. Good thing I didn't go in the bank, but I went to the ATM and I tried to put in the ATM. The ATM wasn't taking the $10 bill. And this is very true. Lydiana was there with me the whole time when I went and then put the thing in the thing. I literally took my time and looked at the $10 bill. You can tell the paint was slightly coming off.
Oh, I see.
And it wasn't the same. It was close to the paper of a $20 bill.
Right.
But it felt like printed paper, like fresh printed paper, not the paper that they used to make money. And so it was straight. It wasn't crumply or anything. When I crumpled it, that's when it started to feel like a real dollar. But when it was actually like just straightened out flat, nothing. Now, had I gone into a convenience store and the man checked the $10 bill, because now they're checking 10s, 5s, whatever, I could have gotten a cop called on me because of that.
And it could have been a lot worse.
And it could have been way worse. So, in the instance that, okay, he gave a $20 bill, that's counterfeit. Okay, you called the cops. He even gave the items back to the store clerk for what he was supposed to buy. He didn't incite violence. He didn't do anything. He went outside and he sat in his car until the cops came. So for me, it's like, for anybody to sit there and justify and tell me, oh, we don't know what happened before the video, we don't know what happened before this footage, that to me is telling me that you don't care about a human being's life, let alone a black human being's life.
They never have.
Because if this situation was turned around and this was the same thing, a black officer attacking a white person, I would say the same shit if he put his knee on a white person's neck. Same fucking shit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're looking at things as people's skin. We're looking at things as where people come from. No. People at the end of the day are humans. Yeah. We are all humans. We bleed the same. We die the same.
Right.
Nobody goes to a special waiting room unless you're going to hell. That's different. but you see what I'm saying? So it's either up or down. You know what I'm saying? So you press the button, you're going down. Well, that's fate. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what happens.
I hear you.
There's no special waiting room for white people. There's no special waiting room for black people. There's no special waiting room for anybody who's of Latin culture. None of that. None of that shit to me matters, because at the end of the day, I was born the same way you were born.
Yep.
We may have been born in two separate environments. We may have been born in two separate families.
Yep.
We may have been born on two separate sides of the spectrum that society has separated us with.
Right.
But as a child, you don't see those things.
You don't see those things.
Those things are taught.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that people need to stop classifying things as black and white, because this is not just a black and white issue all the time. A lot of the times we don't know how to treat human beings as people.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people, I'll see a dog get ran over in the street. A human could get ran over in the street. I guarantee you people will flock to the dog first before they do the human.
Speak on it.
But here's the thing, right? And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's the truth. They people will put animal rights over human rights. It's a fact.
On a scientific level,
it's a fact.
Dogs are below us in the food chain. On a scientific level.
Thank you.
But we do show animals the same. We're supposed to show animals the same respect as we would anybody else.
Of course.
But there has to be a threshold as to where we start valuing human life. And I do understand, humans do understand right from wrong. But I guarantee you a dog, knows the exact same thing.
Of course.
I've seen dogs react to certain things. If they know they've done something, I've seen a dog react and cower away, or they avoid your gaze because they've done something wrong. And they know the reaction to what that is. So dogs, in retrospect, do know what's right and wrong. But as a human who can walk and speak and has the mind to know yes from no.
Absolutely.
You know that a human is a human, no matter what the situation is.
Absolutely.
Call it what it is. The guy murdered somebody. He murdered somebody. That's somebody's dad. That's somebody's, friend. That's somebody's brother.
Right.
That's somebody's, someone out there has a connection to that guy.
Right. But, also on top of that is, and you're absolutely right. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it is.
But
it's
supposed
not.
to be.
But it's not, unfortunately, because of the system that we're ran under, and, of course, it definitely sparked a lot of shit that happened after his death.
This is the worst thing I've seen since Rodney King, to be honest.
I think this is also the best thing that's happened, because now America can wake the fuck up and literally do some shit.
Yet.
Oh, we're far from it. We're far from it. But I think now people are at least getting a scent of what's going on. A scent, should I say? They're starting to smell this shit. And fuck it. I was really happy when I saw the 3rd Precinct in flames. Boy, it damn near brought tears to my eyes, because I was like, this is exactly why.
But see, that's what they want, though. Because the 3rd Precinct held a lot of evidence for that case.
Right.
And that's why they wanted that shit burned down.
But I also do believe that, and to all the people who want to, say, oh yeah, there must be peaceful protests. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm all for peace too, bro. But at the same time, we've been so peaceful ever since the whole Black Lives Matter movement has become mainstream. We have always been peaceful. It's become a repetitive thing. It's become a cycle to the point where we're fed up. And also some of y'all people, I'm not gonna mention names, so some of y'all dumbasses are so quick to throw in Martin Luther King Jr.'s peaceful protest speech or whatever.
But Martin Luther King understood that not everybody wants a peaceful protest.
No,
and he understood the ideals of, you know, anger and protesting, and and nothing in our history has ever been done without outrage.
It's
exactly been proven.
Exactly. So of course, although he himself was not always he was mostly for peace, he himself also said that, you know, if you've exhausted everything to the point where you're still not heard, do what you gotta do. You know, and sometimes rioting is the language of the unheard, and it's very true. So for all you dumb people who are quick to say, oh, Martin Luther King didn't die for all this, y'all need to shut your bitch ass
and
up.
Especially if you're not a black person saying that, because that to me is
that's
a little off.
Thank you.
You know, that's strike one. You know, a little shaky. Try it again. Try again.
Completely. Like,
try again.
Damn near like, yeah.
But I'll say this though. I think in this time period, I did notice a lot of people that I associate with that I considered friends, you know, and they kind of cared more about the looting than the actual situation.
Oh my God,
at hand.
The stores, nigga, fuck your stores, nigga, fuck your stores. Target, Walmart, all of them, they'll be okay, they'll be just fine. They got money to literally replenish the probably like tenfold of all their fucking chains. Okay, fuck that.
I do, like I was telling you earlier, that I don't agree with is the looting of small businesses.
I agree, especially black-owned businesses as well.
Not even just, I mean, yeah, black-owned businesses included, but not even just that. It's like small businesses in general. People give up their life savings, their goals, their dreams go into that business, and you know, although it's not a Target, it's not, you know, a Best Buy, it's not a, you know, a whole fucking mall. It's something, and it feeds their families. You know, and when you destroy people's small businesses, where do they turn to? Who do they go to for help?
That's very true.
The community, they depend on you guys as a community.
There are some people who literally were built from the ground
from nothing.
And that I understand.
Some of these people, you know, their families, you know, previous generations own that business.
Right.
So when you're coming into play and you're destroying and you're burning down and you're breaking glass and all this stuff because you're angry or you just want to break some shit, or just remember that those small businesses are what brings, you know, money to your communities. Those small businesses are what, you know, keeps everything booming.
And of course, they'll have to start all the way over
from square one. And some of those businesses may never even come back.
That's true. That's very true. I was actually watching a video over in the Bronx, New York, and niggas was wilding in the Bronx, bro. Like literally, all up in flames. And the Bronx is pretty much it's a community where it's all predominantly black and brown people. And it just broke my heart to see how a lot of these mom and pop shops and
ridiculous
were all destroyed. And I feel like, you know, I understand you guys' frustration. I'm all for this too, but y'all should have taken that elsewhere where there were like major companies, you know, where they all fund and they all have insurance and shit. Those are the ones you need to focus on, you know. And it also had me thinking about what happened with Black Wall Street over in Tulsa. Way back in the days, where, you know, of course there were a lot of affluent black individuals and amazing successful black businesses, only for that to be tarnished by the white man. So
the white man.
You know, so I don't even want to sound like a hotep because I don't, you know, anyway. But
what is I keep saying that on Twitter. What the hell is a hotep?
Them hoteps, you know, them niggas who rock them kente hats and, you know, my brothers, my sisters, that, you know, they themselves are heavily contradicting because they'll talk about black pride, this and that, but also ignore anything else that pertains to black people that don't really follow within their own standards.
Gotcha.
So like if it came down to like a black person who's gay or a black woman, they speak against that. But they only feel like everybody should literally fall under their own ideologies. So them black people, they're no better either. But, you know, whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I think, I'm sorry. Speaking of the kente hats, there was somebody. They had you've seen that meme of Fleece Johnson from the Boondocks with the kente hat on, and they're like, "Yo, how you gonna name a store Target?" And then get mad when when it gets hit. I was like, "Oh shit, bro." I'm sorry. In these serious times, I needed a laugh because there were a lot of funny memes, and there was even one. Oh my god! A friend of mine actually.
Who the hell? Like, why, bro?
There was a friend of mine who showed me a video. Shout out to Kia. She showed me the video. She's like, Kenny, I need you to come see this. I'm like, what is it, bruh? During the time of the riots, they had two black people, bruh, crumping in front of the law enforcement. I said, bro, what kind of
Listen.
you got served ass shit is this? Y'all, what y'all doing? Dance for Little Saint? If y'all get your asses up out of here.
Actually,
Okay, this is a serious time. Don't be crumping in front of these people. They making us look stupid out here. This is serious.
the cops look lost as shit. They were just like,
should we?
What should we tear gas?
Like, what do we do here?
Like, I don't know if they're actually having a seizure right now.
Like, yeah.
Or are they?
Should we hold off on the rubber bullets, John? I don't.
He's like, I don't.
What do we do? Like,
we're just like, hey, get out of here.
Yeah. Like, sure.
Throwing stuff at him.
Right. You know, like, well, what the fuck are they doing, bro?
Crumping is a form of expression.
I know.
I had to think about it at first. I was like, why the fuck are you crumping to these cops with no beat? This makes no fucking sense to me. And then I realized the core of crumping is a form of expression in feeling and movement. So I understand it, but I don't understand crumping with no beat. I don't get it.
Next thing you know, you're gonna have niggas popping and locking and shit out of nowhere. Like, bruh,
for Jesus Christ,
let's go, Jesus. You know that one nigga, that one Latino dude in the red tall thing, he's crumping and shit.
He's
at the
funny
church,
as hell,
bro.
But he's dead ass.
Popping and locking for Jesus.
I fucks with it. I fucks with his movement. He's dead ass. But
you gonna have niggas thing, right? with the freestyle music, boom, 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 like it's an '80s movie, break-in or some shit. Y'all need to chill.
Have the cardboard box.
Yeah, you gonna have niggas jumping from the side of the building, and then just expecting cops to be like, oh, you next, oh, Hip Hop Harry, who's next? Go. Okay, I'm done.
Take his heart out. Put it back in the chest.
Then you gonna have Boys in Motion come out of nowhere. Where are the Boys in Motion? Oh. Then Big Time Rush gonna come out of nowhere from the side.
Bruh, I'm done. But on some real shit though.
I'm done.
I think for me, only we can take something serious and turn it into something.
You know, we laughing at our pain right now, man.
But here's the thing, right? I do feel like a lot of people. I'll speak on two things real quick. On the whole idea of Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter.
Yes.
I do feel like there's a huge disconnect.
Major.
In Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter.
You need to throw in Blue Lives Matter in that bitch too.
For the last 100,000th, 50th, millionth, whatever you guys want to call it, time.
Right.
Black Lives Matter alone does not mean that other lives do not matter.
Speak on it.
For this very moment, there are issues going on with black people.
Let them know.
And we have to speak on it. And we have to put that out there to the media and tell people.
Facts.
And the fact that we have to explain this shit
in 2020. In 2020, we're still explaining this shit in 2020.
But
come on.
I think at this point, All Lives Matter was only created as a counter to Black Lives Matter.
Obviously.
When there's nothing else going on. You guys have all this room. All this room. All this time in between from now to the last thing that happened with black people.
Get 'em.
You guys could have been protesting All Lives Matter all fucking day.
Facts.
I would have been there. I would be like, you know what? Now you guys are doing something. But it's only when Black Lives Matter pops up or reels their head somewhere.
It's only when black people speak on their own experiences.
But here's the thing, right? And I just keep seeing this shit over and over again. Like, oh, Black Lives Matter, man. All lives matter. How about we speak on that? I get it. All lives do matter. We all agree here. We all agree. But if somebody came, if a black person came and they mollywopped a white person, I would be there. Yeah. If a black person came and mollywopped a Hispanic person, I would be there.
That's the point.
If a Hispanic person came and mollywopped a black person, I would be there.
Facts.
It's the same shit.
Facts.
It's a revolving door.
Facts.
I've seen people post, what about those kids in cages? We talked about those damn kids in cages. We can't do anything about it.
Exactly. And of course shout out to because I hate to say this, but on my Latino Latinas / Latinx people as well, you know, I don't want you to think that we don't give a fuck about y'all. I see y'all. Maybe because of the fact that there's not much of awareness that's being brought out into the world, and there's not much going on where we can say, okay, let's protest out against this. I see what's going on with ICE. Okay, I see all the brown kids out there being locked up. I see y'all. All right.
I've seen some people who are undocumented going to protest. Y'all are bold. ICE is out.
Hey, shout out. Hey, no, don't even say that. But shout out to y'all though. You know, you guys
ICE
are
was
you guys
pulling up around the corner.
You guys are literally joining us
shit.
in solidarity, and I really appreciate y'all. You know, when we say that we're standing up for Black Lives Matter, we're also standing up not only for our people, but we also we're here with you too. We're here for the brown people. We're here for the Latin community. We're here for the Asian community. You know,
but I'm tired of people trying to counter what we're doing.
But all this anti-blackness within the non-black people of color, because y'all ain't safe either. It's not just white people. Some of y'all non-black people of color are highly problematic, and I highly suggest that you definitely do your research. Okay, don't go to black people and be like, "Well, educate me on this." No, you have
yourself.
Thank you. You have a phone. You have internet access. The same amount of energy that it takes for you to go on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. Okay, it only takes 0.2 to 0.5 of a second to go on Google and look some shit up. Learn some shit. White people, y'all the same people talking about. Oh, you know what? Let me speak on some shit real quick. There was somebody that I found on not Twitter, on Facebook. I have a friend on Facebook. I'm not gonna mention no names. And she was white. She is white. And a lot of her white friends, even though she was posting up some shit about white privilege, a lot of these white people were highly offended, talking about, "Oh, how can you say that? White privilege is fake." This same bitch, I don't like to call women bitches, but I'm sorry, I'm upset. You know, this same lady, you know, and she was like, "Oh, white privilege is fake, it doesn't exist." And then this bitch had the nerve to add on saying, "Oh, well, I'm a target too, and my life is a danger. So what about me?"
That's what someone with white privilege would say.
Boy. Bro,
but to be fair,
so much white privilege and entitlement is up in the air, bro.
But here's the thing, right?
Jesus.
Personally, to me, I don't like the term white privilege. I think
but it's a thing, bro.
We're just giving more people of a platform. And I specifically don't like the people to say, use your white privilege and speak out on this.
No, but
like,
no,
what?
but it's the truth,
it's
bro.
It's weird as fuck. Like, that's like a backhanded.
No, it's not
congratulatory comment.
No, it's not a backhanded. It's not a backhanded comment. It's very true. When you're white, let me tell you this, okay? As a white person living in America, okay,
they're systemic.
They're obvious. Exactly.
It's systemic.
Exactly. But here's the thing: we're systemically speaking, right?
Yeah.
White people are privileged. So of course it's a privilege. No person, whether black, brown, yellow, whatever, they're not privileged. What's around them, what goes on around them, that's affecting other black people and non-black people of color, they're not affected by it. They're not experiencing it. They will never experience it. So of course, which is why for me, I'm not getting too upset at many white people who are, you know, going off saying that, "Oh, well, you know, oh, there's nothing wrong going on in this country." What do you expect? You're white.
True.
You're white. You have entitlement. You have privilege. So when people say use your white privilege, you have to, because it shows. It shows. Nobody who isn't white has privilege, bro. Yeah. We don't.
That's true.
We do not.
But here's the thing, right? The system was built.
Go ahead, because I'm about to go off next.
The system was built basically for, and it's in our history. It's not that this is just something that we're talking about
now. It's been going on for the longest.
This is something that was built on the idea that white people will always have the upper hand. Police officers are modern day slave masters. They give them, if you read
repeat that again.
No, but
repeat that again.
Think about this, right?
Repeat that one more time.
Police are the modern day slave masters, but I say that because of that's the kind of training they receive. So when you get people, right? Because not every cop is like this. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
I personally know cops. I know a few cops and people that trained and became a cop.
Right.
And they follow the guidelines of what a cop is supposed to do: protect and serve.
Right.
But there are people who do come out and they do wrong, and they try, and people try to classify them together. They're not the same. But if you are a good cop and you see a bad cop doing something bad and you don't call the cop out on it, you are also considered a bad cop.
Can we also throw into right now really
Let's
quickly? The one black cop that called out and literally, you know, tore that one cop a new asshole.
He was
for
wrong.
pushing that. He was
dead
Thank
wrong.
you for doing that. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
I appreciate.
She was in his.
She
ass.
was. Whoo! I saw the video. I'm like, thank you so much. That's what needs to happen. There needs to be these same good cops that everybody always praise around and parade on the internet and everywhere else, to call them out when they see them doing some fuckery like that, because we don't stand for that fuck shit. We don't. And there's a reason why a lot of people of color, including myself, I have a hard time trusting law enforcement because of their fuckery. I do. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being 100% honest. Now, I wanted to throw this in there along with these privileged ass white people who feel as if, there's nothing wrong in this country. For those of you who's screaming out, what about black on black crime? Shut your bitch asses up, okay? Shut the fuck up. It is not a thing. It does not exist, okay? So if black on black crime exists, where's white on white crime? Where's Asian on Asian crime? Where's Latin on Latin crime? That was something that was created by the government, okay, to once again have everybody look at us as dangerous and violent individuals. Crime happens everywhere. Crime is based on socio and economic status, proximity, and opportunity, okay? So please, miss me with that black on black crime bullshit. Please. Get the fuck out of here.
But I do believe black on black crime exists just as much as white on white crime.
Oh no, it
exists.
It exists, but not on its own. Exactly.
Yeah.
Cut that shit out, man.
But
Cut
I do
that shit out in
believe,
2020.
I do believe, because when they say, we're gonna talk about black on black crime, white on white crime leads blue collar crimes. So if we're really gonna talk about crimes,
and you guys are working for the corporations.
Exactly.
You guys literally financially rape everybody. Everyone's pockets. Okay.
Shout out to Wells Fargo.
Ha!
But a lot of people.
Sorry, I got petty.
But
I got
let's be
petty.
real, right?
I got petty, man.
Back to the subject at hand, though. Like,
yes.
I don't want to hear anymore about all lives matter, Black lives matter, Blue lives matter. That to me is null and void, because blue lives basically is a job.
It's not a life.
Cop. You chose that lifestyle.
It's not a life.
You chose to protect and serve. That is what you do. That is your job.
That's right.
But to say that
being black was not a choice.
We all agree that cops risk their lives every day.
We all know that.
Every day. I'm not out there on Crenshaw trying to catch some dude, looting from some store or selling drugs on the corner. I'm not out here doing that. But there are people who risk their lives to do so. While all of y'all are out here, 6-7 cops on top of one black dude, there's a crime down the block happening, and you guys aren't even paying attention. So that's what I mean. Like, there has to be a better understanding of what black people are going through. As a community and as a group, I'm tired of people telling us how we can protest, when we can protest, what classifies as a protest and what doesn't. And
y'all
personally,
did the
to
same
me,
thing to Kaepernick. Y'all did the same thing to him.
Kaepernick decided he was going to use his likeness
and
platform to speak out against racial injustice. There is nothing wrong with that.
The man sat down, and personally, I will say this though, as an unpopular opinion, I don't think there was anything wrong with sitting down, because I would have sat down. Fuck that. Fuck that kneeling shit.
It is not
for this one army guy, whatever he is. I don't give a fuck about him. But when he came through talking about, oh, this is the way you should do it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't come tell me how to fucking protest. I would have sat down if I was Kaepernick. I would have told him to suck my dick. Period. I don't give a fuck. Sorry.
Kaepernick, he knows the position he's in, right?
Of course.
He, as a black person, he understands that, we go through things. We've been dealing with this shit for 400 some odd years. I'm gonna tell you right now, a good example of pretty much looking at the color of your skin and not looking at the context of things. There was a girl and a boy. One was coming from, they were both coming from colleges. One goes to Morehouse and the other one goes to another college. I forgot what the other college was.
Okay.
They were driving back, this is when they were doing the curfews and stuff.
Yes.
So they were just coming back from their colleges. Both of them had no idea what was going on. They didn't know there was a curfew. So I think the guy's name is Messiah Young. I think that's his name.
Okay.
And then the other girl, I forgot her name.
Okay.
But they were riding together in the car. Keep in mind, there's in the car in front of them, the camera didn't show this. It only showed them getting attacked. The car in front of them had 4 white kids in it.
Oh, yeah.
4 white kids in it.
Yeah.
The cops let them pass.
Yeah.
As soon as these 2 kids rolled up, they busted these people's windows. They tased both of them.
Were they both? I think they were both black, bro.
They were both black.
Yeah.
No. But the car in front of them was
okay,
white.
I'm sorry.
The girl literally looked out the window and told that bitch to drive, and they peeled out of there. These 2 kids, they're adults now, but I call them kids because obviously they're still young.
Yeah.
And they both got arrested. Broke the windows out of their car for no fucking reason.
They even tased the man.
The guy got tased. He suffers from epilepsies.
Fuck.
So he had a seizure on site.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine now, but he still seems a little delirious. You know what I'm saying? But when you see shit, they fire all 6 of them from Atlanta.
Good.
And the same Lance Bottoms, who sat there, was more worried about a CNN building,
Bruh,
than actual people.
She pissed me off,
Listen,
bro. She pissed me off.
I think at the end of the day, there has to be something said about separating the rioting from people that are actually protesting.
Yeah.
We know that people are going to riot.
Yeah.
We know that people are going to loot and use the opportunity to steal. But the fact that you're making that your main attention point and your standpoint of this entire situation is disgusting.
It is.
A person died.
It is.
We're going to highlight that person no matter what the situation is.
That's right.
Looting and rioting has been in our history for ages.
Absolutely.
Ages.
Shit. Them y'all white people, if a hockey game, you guys lose one of your favorite hockey teams or football teams or whatever, you guys start a riot.
But
don't nobody
soccer,
say shit.
When in soccer in other countries,
it's normalized.
It is almost normalized that people are going to riot after a game. If Argentina loses, guess what? You can't even go home as a soccer player.
The cops will be afraid to even go down the streets.
The cops don't even show up.
The cops don't show up
because they know this. They know the severity of the situation. They know that people across overseas take sports seriously.
That's facts.
So if people can riot because of that, and you see here, you're more worried about Target. Target is a $1 billion company.
Target, bro.
Target even put out a statement saying, you know what?
Go ahead.
Fuck it.
I respected them for that.
Fuck it. Starbucks the same thing.
Exactly.
Best Buy the same thing.
Niggas was out here bitching about
Target,
the Gucci store, the Dior store, whatever. Like
Gucci to me is like, your shit's overpriced. Fuck you.
Facts.
Virgil Abloh from Off-White
thought
he was doing something by donating $50.
Oh my God.
And then had the nerve to repost it and said, match my energy. I can easily match your energy. I can donate $20 more and match your energy. But you're donating $50 and you're doing something and then have the nerve to say, I'm just matching the money of my constituents.
What's your net worth again?
What's net worth is $4 million.
But you out here donating $50, bro.
Let's be honest.
$50?
That was your chance. That was your chance to do good for your community. Donating $50 to a protester's bail doesn't even pay off their bail.
That's commissary, bro.
That's not even commissary.
That's food, bro.
That's taxes, bro. Like
that's commissary in the jail, bro.
Like that's the taxes off of the bail. Like that does nothing for anybody. $50 is not gonna bail someone out of jail. And then the nerve you had to come on is like, match my energy. Nigga, everybody can match your energy. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're not doing something. And then you have the nerve to go and try to force upon your brand on black people. Mm-hmm. We buy your brand. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it.
Honestly, your brand is only fire and cool because black people made it cool. Mm. Now these little white kids think they're cool when they wear an off-white shirt and they're just like, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm fresh to death.
Put your damn NASA shoes on.
Now, granted,
the fuck out
you
of
are
here.
fresh, but I ain't paying $600 for a linen t-shirt with horrible print on the back. Mm. The print literally peels off. I'm not doing it. This is the same guy that sells paper clips for $100.
What?
I swear to God. Go on J. Crew right now, their website, and go look up. Don't even go on J. Crew. Go on Google.
Something that's gonna hold files of sheets of paper.
Go on Google and look up Off-White paperclip.
Like portfolio paper clips.
Yes. $100 for one. And then they have the nerve to discount it to $70.
That paper clip better hold a goddamn novel, I'll tell you what. Without it popping, shit.
I better be able to clip that, hold all my documents that I gotta send to Jesus. And Jesus better come back and say, you know what? You're a cool ass dude. Because you had an Off-White paperclip.
With all the files.
Look, like, Jesus, look you couldn't be any more disconnected from the people by making that comment.
Facts.
I'm tired of celebrities using this opportunity to put themselves on a pedestal because they feel like, I'm doing something. Like,
let me add on to this, my guy. Let me add on to this. People, I'm gonna need y'all to stop.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
People, trying to pull out for clout. Same shit. The girl who's a journalist who literally came and held a drill was like, oh, can I hold this drill?
Oh my God, I saw that.
She held the drill, took a picture for Instagram.
I'm like, you don't get your dumb ass,
and said thank you, and then proceeded to walk 2 feet to her Mercedes-Benz and drive off.
That's ridiculous. Now,
If that is not white America, bro,
Bro,
that is it.
Bro, we gonna get to that in a
That
minute.
shit killed me.
Bro, let me tell you something. I'm gonna need y'all people to please stop looking for your favorite celebrities
That
to help
clout
out.
was heavy that day.
She's dumb as hell. But stop looking to your favorite celebrities, to help. If they truly want to help, they see what's going on. They'll know exactly what to do if they truly wanted to help. Okay, and then and other people who's actually still gassing this shit up, like DJ Aka bitch. DJ Aka bitch
Academics.
ass, right? DJ Aka bitch ass.
Just remember, at one point, Academics supported 6ix9ine.
Yeah, right. Talking about, oh, your favorite rapper's not out here protesting though. Why don't you get your fat ass up out of the, in front of the fucking YouTube screen, right, and go do something, you fat fuck. Go do something about it, you fat fuck.
Just basically, we're not fat shaming fat people.
We're not. I'm fat shaming him.
Not doing it.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just upset, y'all. I'm upset. Okay. Please just hear me out. I have nothing against people who are, with body positivity. You guys already know what it is, okay? Shout out to y'all. But fuck that nigga, okay? Fuck that nigga DJ Academics, all right? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
But basically, here's my closing statement, right? If you as a person can't see past the rioting, you can't see past what the president's saying, you can't see past what other people are saying online, then for me you have no your brain mass is about the size of a peanut. Because if you don't understand that a system that was built around inequalities among different groups of people, and I've seen many different people out there criticizing, but I've seen the one people I was surprised from were Hispanic people. You guys of all people, I would think.
Bro, why are you shocked?
But you're
why
public,
are you shocked?
No, but to the president, you're public enemy number one. So I would think that anybody who's going through this, who's dealing with that, you would gripe with people. You guys are also undermined in the community.
What Trump and even other white people, those same white people you guys are caping for, will view you guys. It don't matter whether you're Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban. They will view you all as Mexicans. Okay,
but they'll keep Taco Tuesday though.
Right. Come on. They're against y'all, man.
We
like,
love
come
Taco
on, wake
Tuesday.
up, y'all. Wake up.
But real shit though, like
Wake
we
the
have
fuck
to.
up.
The only way to fight this entire thing is to have unity. In a time like this, I'm actually very ecstatic to see white people, Spanish people, black people, Asian people, fucking Amish people.
Bro,
y'all don't even watch TV.
Bro, the Amish came out, bro. They have no phones, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. That's wild, bro. All they do is churn butter all day, bro. That's wild. Somebody said the children of the corn. Said the children of the corn are here.
They don't churn butter all day,
bro.
Okay?
Somebody said the children of the corn are here. I died, bro. I damn near swerved off the lane when I was driving when I saw that shit. Hey, listen. I'm not. I just snitched on myself. I'm sorry, but
real shit though, like
that shit was
if
wild.
Amish people, and as a little fact,
I'm sorry to the Amish people. I don't believe that you guys just churn butter all day. I'm sorry, that was wrong.
A little known fact: Amish people actually helped slaves escape during times of inequality. So
little known fact, y'all.
They did house a lot of slaves, and when they did have the Underground Railroad, a lot of Amish people took a lot of slaves in and allowed them to go into freedom and help them.
That's what's up.
Get a lot of things done. So I do see that as them repaying their respects and saying, what, we're with you.
That's what's up.
And this movement is so big that other countries are standing out and looking at it from an outside perspective.
Bro, all 50 states are protesting
all 50 states.
as we speak. And even with, globally speaking, everybody, London, New Zealand, you name it, they're all protesting. They're all with us.
In a time like this, I think unity is very, very important. And I think.
I'm sorry, bro. And by the way, China, I'm gonna need y'all to shut the fuck up because I've been side-eyeing the fuck out of y'all for the longest now. Y'all here talking about, oh yeah, well, there's so much discrimination in America. You guys, when the COVID-19 shit was going on, you guys were not granting black people any housing, telling black people, oh, you guys are not allowed in our stores.
Oh man.
So fuck y'all.
That's how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Fuck y'all.
But real shit though.
Sorry.
I think a lot of people they look on the outside looking in. You have a lot of countries looking at America now. You have, yesterday, Justin Trudeau did an interview.
Yes.
He paused for 21 seconds before he had to speak about how he felt Donald Trump was handling the racial injustice here. And he had to think about it to not make things look bad for him and also to have a separate opinion. But we all know what he was thinking when he made that 21 second pause. Now, everybody on the outside looking in, people from other countries are protesting for injustice. People are looking at it as, you know what? Yes, that is dead wrong. That is dead wrong. And we all look at it from the outside looking in. If you're the person that says all lives matter, then you don't understand. If you're the person who has to get up in the morning and say blue lives matter over everything, you don't understand. If somebody has to come in and say I'm gonna remain neutral in the situation, then you shouldn't say anything at all. Because if you're not with everybody to understand, first of all, if you're not black, you can't sit here and tell me that the same rules apply.
They don't. I'm sorry. And I also want to say this too. When we as black people are expressing our frustrations, let us have it.
Yeah.
Okay, let us have it, because there's a reason why we feel this way. There's a reason why we're angry, that we're upset. And there's some white people and even non-black people of color who understand where we're coming from. They do their research. But for those of y'all, white and non-black people of color, who don't see anything wrong, and all you think of us is that, we're people who complain, talking about, you guys already have a platform. What about us? Stop comparing.
Doesn't count.
Exactly. Even the 45th president, I'm gonna need y'all to chill with that shit
44th.
too. Sorry, 44th. Talking about, you guys already had a black president, so what's the problem? You guys already have enough black representation. No, that's not enough. You guys don't understand. It's a much deeper meaning to that. And for all of you people out there as well who are silent on this whole situation, this whole racial injustice system against black people, but then also in turn have the same energy to put out shit talking about, or complaining, talking about, why are you out here destroying your towns? You guys are just destroying everything. You can't even start a peaceful protest. Y'all should not even be speaking on anything at all. If you don't give a fuck about black people or what we're going through, don't speak out on what's going on right now. Don't say shit. Period. The same thing goes for these people. These people who are out here looting, right? Talking about, I don't support the violence and the looting and shit like that. I'm gonna need y'all to shut the fuck up, because now I also want to say this too. It's not only black people that we've seen, because they're always portraying the shit that the black people who are looting. It's white people looting too, and it's also these fucking rioters who are out here rioting for no reason, not for the cause.
And here's the thing: a lot of black people don't even want to riot.
Yeah, that's true.
They see people pulling up with bricks.
That's true.
They got people. I saw some dude. He was paying black people.
They're setting
to
niggas
destroy
up.
things, and they're trying to set your ass up so that way you look bad to the media.
These cops are out here.
Use your brain.
These cops are out here disguised as protesters.
Now, if I see you, and here's how you can notice it's a cop, especially in New York. All right, this is how you know. If a dude pulls up on you and he's wearing bootcut jeans with Tim's on, he's a cop. If he has a New York cap, not a snap, a fitted, and he's wearing it, and it's a New York Yankees cap, and he's wearing it to the back, that's a cop. If he's wearing a white tee or a colorful tee on top of the white tee,
the waffle tee,
the
ones with the knits on it. He's a cop, bro. He's a cop. Okay? He's a cop.
If he comes up to you and is like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" He's a cop.
Yeah, let's burn these buildings down. He's a cop. Nobody says down, bro.
If he is wearing any types of sports hat to the back, and it's a fitted
from Dick's and Sporting Goods,
the ones you have to actually find your size, so 3/4 size, whatever, and fit it to your head,
where that shit is literally clenching your cranium.
It's made only for you.
One size fits all.
And he's around you guys, and he looks brolic as hell. That's a cop.
That's a cop, bro.
He's undercover.
If they're out here rocking Oakley sunshades, okay, they're they're a cop, okay.
Oakley sunshades,
bro. The ones with the yellow shades on it. In the front, the yellow reflectors.
If any of those rules apply,
yes,
they are a cop.
Yes.
Stop setting yourself up.
Cops are setting people up out here. They are literally leaving bricks. They're doing all they can to apprehend people.
I've seen videos of cops destroying an AutoZone. I've seen different cops. Little by little they're breaking things down to make it look bad on people, and then they tell people, "Oh yeah, look, this place is open," and then people just go in and start stealing stuff. Now all you people who are going into the van store and stealing from the van store, like vans don't cost a whole $50. Vans cost $50.
It's not even
the regular
no
ones.
Them shits ain't $40 no more.
Listen, all right.
Y'all remember when that shit used to cost $40?
We were back there.
$40, $45.
I was with y'all. Vans be having hella sales. Those vans dropped to like $35. If y'all telling me you can't afford no $35 vans and you're stealing from vans, you got a problem. I saw dudes steal a police horse. You have a problem.
No, hold on. Hey, shout out to that one dude who was on the police horse though.
Wait.
I see you, my guy.
And
that shit was fire.
that shit
was fire. That shit was fire. I ain't never seen no nigga hop on a horse, bro. That's history right there. They gotta take a photo or some shit, bro. They gotta make a whole mural or some shit, a monument. That shit was revolutionary.
If I have to see another person steal a UPS truck and my package is not here, we're gonna have a problem. Okay?
You could take Amazon's trucks. They fucking up with their deliveries though.
Amazon made sure their shit was squared in. They have doors on their motherfucking shit. UPS does not. Okay,
bro. Hey, shout out to that one nigga though who took the car out of the dealership and drove that bitch right off, bro.
You are dumb.
I see you, my guy.
You are dumb because two things, right? You have to register the car in order for it to be yours. Second of all, the car is tracked. They track the vehicles.
I mean, they gonna leave it behind. They don't want to go find a person.
So if you bring that to your home with your evidence, all in the vehicle, you are dumb. Okay. I don't want to hear, oh, the cops got you. No, you deserve it. You, of all people, deserve it because you should know better.
I'm dead.
I saw dudes getting in the Dodge, Jeep, Ram, whatever. They were hopping in those things, zooming past the cops.
Listen,
that's all cool.
But you know, that's white people doing that shit, though.
That's all cool.
You seen the white person hanging a donut above these people, these cops' faces, bro? They were dangling donuts, bro. He's like, you want one, bro?
No, you know what? Hit him where it hurts.
That's facts.
Destroy Dunkin' Donuts. Make sure they get no coffee. If you're a cop,
is Krispy Kreme supporter of?
Nah, fuck that. Don't attack Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, don't do that.
Krispy Kreme is the mother of all donuts.
Yeah, don't do
but
that.
That fake shit, Dunkin' Donuts.
Fuck Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck them niggas up, please.
But on some real shit, right? Don't destroy Dunkin' Donuts. All right. Like, if I just named all four of those things, right, and you're doing all four of those things classified, you deserve to go to jail. I'm gonna be real. You deserve, and you're black, and you're doing this shit. You deserve to go to jail.
Yeah, man, leave that shit to white people.
You guys are out here doing donuts,
because you know white people are very bold enough to do some shit like that, and you know it's bad enough that we as black people are already being targeted for no reason for breathing.
If you're at the Apple store and you're taking the phones off of the kiosk, you're a dummy. You can't use them. Apple even sent them a text saying, return the phone.
Really?
You're being tracked by the police.
That's wild,
What are you going to do now? Throw the phone in the trash? It has your fingerprints on it.
Been late.
All they got to do is use tape. You can use literal tape. Take the fingerprint off. In the DMVs, you have to use your fingerprint.
That is true.
If they literally put the thing on the reader and your fingerprint comes up and it matches to your...
You're done for.
Remember,
You're done for.
Your fingerprint is catered to your body, to your identity.
Yes.
So if you use your fingerprint and they pulled up that shit in the system...
You are done for.
Hey, guess what? Expect the cops to pull up.
You are done for.
You took the things from the kiosk. They don't even work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of looting and rioting to me is dumb as shit. And if you're gonna steal in the daytime, you're also dumb as shit.
I've seen a lot of wild shit, and shout out to that one cop who actually made light of the situation by laughing along with that one guy who was roasting the fuck out of him for carrying that little shield ass nigga. That shit was hilarious. Somebody said this man had a whole contact lens. Somebody said he had a crock pot lid for a shield. I called it one of them lids that carry the pots in the Haitian households, because in them Haitian households they have them oversized pots. When they have a family reunion coming, they already know they're gonna come through with
same fucking pot.
Bro, the same oversized pot, bro. The same oversized pot.
We don't buy anymore. We have the same
that one
pots.
pot. That's it. The whole family gonna eat. The whole village gonna eat. So yeah, man.
So closing statement the second time. If you as a people, right now we need, like I said, we need unity more than ever as a group. As everybody, and I like I said, I love seeing white, black, Hispanic, Amish, witches.
Coming through.
I saw witches at the thing. I fucks with y'all.
On broomsticks. Shit.
They were out there.
Oh shit.
And you know what? People are seeing things as they are.
Yes.
For the first time in a long time, these are the longest riots since Rodney King.
Yes.
For the first time in a long time.
Yes.
There's been other protests, there's been other riots, there's been other things in the past.
Yes.
But this has been going on for over past a week now.
Yes, and it's being highly effective. And if I can add on to this, y'all, for all you guys who's fighting against this bullshit, don't only fight against police brutality or the fact you hate cops. Do this for black people because you love us, all right? Do it
for yourself.
Do it. No, I'm saying like do this for people like us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like put yourself in our shoes for a moment and think like, what would you expect other people to do on the outside looking in? Look at it that way.
And always remember to donate more than your local celebrity.
And fuck them celebrities.
$50 ain't gonna cut it.
Yes, and also I'm gonna try and see if I can pull up any petitions on my page for any of you guys who's following me. I'll definitely do that. See where I can find donation pages and all that. You know, just so we can all be involved. And also most importantly, you know, I'm anti-voting. I really am, but I was actually taught some perspective on this. We also need to look within the legislative and judicial.
Do your research.
Yeah,
man.
the legislative and the judicial situations, not only the executive, because I feel like when it comes down to the executive branch, that is always pushed out into the mainstream.
Correct.
The presidential
Correct.
elections are always pushed out into the mainstream, and because of that, people tend to forget or have very little to no knowledge as to who's in office in the
all
judicial
those people that are
branch and the legislative.
legislative.
All them niggas. A lot of them are on their way to their deathbed. They've been sitting there for goddamn 80 years. Okay.
There was a dude who just got kicked out, who just lost Iowa. He was in support of like white nationalists and stuff like that. And he'd been holding his seat for almost 9 terms.
There you go.
9.
There you go.
And it took 9 terms to kick him out. So start doing your research.
Yeah.
Learn about who's governing your area.
Absolutely.
But like I said before, Governor DeSantis, you're done in Florida. Rick Scott,
bro,
I'm on to you, nigga.
Lizard man.
I'm on to you.
Man.
But not dead ass. I'm just do your research. Anytime you go to the local ballots to anybody to vote, I'm not saying vote Democrat. I'm not saying vote Republican.
Yeah, vote for who's right, bro.
I don't give a fuck about any of those people.
Fuck them, both of them.
And vote for who piques your interest and who has the best interest for you at heart.
Right.
That's basically what it is.
And also, we already know that, you know, people on the right side are always on some fuck shit. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the left side, they ain't shit either.
Yeah,
they ain't shit either.
And
Killer Mike did say this shit too. And by the way, I said that
it's like picking the lesser of two evils.
Exactly. For me, I agree with 80% of what Killer Mike was saying. And one of them that he really said that really stuck to me was the fact that the left side always gasses the fuck up. They gas everything up. They do. They exploit the fuck out of everything that's going on, especially this tragedy that's occurring.
Oh yeah.
You know, so y'all keep in mind of that for sure.
Yeah, keep a level head, and just like I said, we need unity more than ever, and I'm glad to see everybody coming out to fight a cause that's been happening for a long time. Like, this is well deserved for a lot of people. Just keep the rioting to a minimum. You know, peaceful protesting, you know, works. Doesn't always work, but what happened?
This just in. Derek Chauvin charge upgraded to 2nd-degree murder.
That's tough.
Uh-oh.
But like I said, he may just get manslaughter in 10 years and a $25,000 fine. But at the end of the day,
if that man ever gets free, they need to kick his ass, beat his ass, bro.
He's going to Gen Pop, so it don't matter.
You know, and also, to all my black brothers and sisters out there, because I'm gonna share a personal issue with y'all. Ever since this has been going on, I have literally been drained emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically as well, and it's literally been depressing me. And even and everybody else too, you know, everyone else too, you guys are important as well. But to all my black brothers and sisters who's deeply affected the most out of everybody, I highly recommend you know, reach out to a friend or family member, and especially, please, if you feel the need to take a break from social media or the news, do that, please, for the sake of your mental health, because, you know, I've been going through this. I've had this roller coaster of issues, you know, with me personally, where, you know, I keep scrolling and I see good things that's going on, and then I continue to see all the negative shit and more people getting shot and killed, and it fucking breaks my heart, and to the point where it's like, you know what, I get depressed, and I'm like, you know what, let me just take a break from this. Let me step away from it for a little bit, please. You know, look out for yourselves, look out for each other, take care of yourselves. All right, I love each and every one of y'all. I love y'all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, was there anything else you wanted to say at all?
Third closing statement. Don't, this is my last statement, I promise. Don't post about it. Be about it. No more chain posts on Instagram, on Twitter. Don't just post about it. Sign petitions. Go to your local, you know, authorities and learn about them. You know, learn about who's governing your area.
Yes.
You know, learn about all these different things. Do your research. You know, make sure that if you're gonna donate to somewhere, look at the background of who you're donating to. Don't just donate because a celebrity tells you, oh, donate here. don't just do that.
Yeah.
Look up other local donations, other places that help out, people of color, even though I don't like that term, but people of color,
hate it.
everybody, even anybody who just helps out humans in general.
Yes.
Just look out for that and just do your research and just understand that, we all have to live on this earth together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why make it even more difficult by doing the worst of it?
And for the rest of y'all people who love throwing the N-word around, make sure you keep that same energy for having love for all of us, okay?
That's tough.
I had to say it. I don't give a fuck.